Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Overwatch. Today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys another top 5, only this one's going to be a little bit different. So I think the most great thing about Overwatch, and I think the reason why it's being so successful right now, is the fact that anybody can pick it up and play it. And honestly, that's because of the heroes and the way that Blizzard balanced the game. We have heroes that are easy to use, but extremely hard to master. Maybe not extremely hard to master isn't the right word, but I think you get what I mean. So without further ado, let's get into my list of heroes that are easy to play, but hard to master. So coming in at number 5, we have Hanzo. And I know what you're thinking, with the recent Hanzo buff, he's kind of OP. And I would kind of agree with you and kind of not, because whenever you get into the Platinum / Diamond / Masters area of the game, he becomes a lot more difficult to play. Not so much of hitting your shots or anything stupid like that, but knowing when to ult, making sure that your scout arrows actually are beneficial to the team, and knowing when to scatter shot and when to save it for an enemy that really needs to go down that very moment. So as I just stated in the last part, Hanzo's ultimate can be sometimes kind of difficult to use, and I'm not saying that because you can't get kills with it or anything stupid like that, but if you guys ever played the beta before the game came out, you guys would know that Hanzo's ultimate used to be even more OP than I guess what you guys would call it now, even though I don't think it's OP. Seriously, if you heard him fucking screaming angry Japanese, you were fucked, right? But now, you kind of hear it coming, you know normally where it's gonna come, and it doesn't do as much damage, and it's a lot easier to get out of, especially if you have good supports. Overall, Hanzo, in my opinion, is just difficult to use because you have to know when to use your ultimate, when to use your abilities, and when not to. That's what separates a high-tier Hanzo player from just a good slaying Hanzo. So that was number 5, let's go ahead and get into number 4. So coming in at number 4, we have Ana. And I know a lot of people probably would feel like she needs to be a little bit higher on the list, maybe closer to number 1, but in my opinion, I feel like she's pretty easy to use. And if you've ever healed before in any kind of game, or you've ever had to play support, you kind of know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. I think the main thing that makes Ana difficult is just basically landing her hip shots, or anything like that. But overall, I think Ana is a great character. I feel like she is a little bit, not easy to use, she's a little bit more medium, and I don't know, man. I think if they took away her healing grenade, maybe she'd be a little bit harder to use. But again, like Hanzo, she's just kind of a hero that you need to know when to do it and when not to. I think the biggest thing that people struggle with Ana is the fact that they don't heal, they try to kill people. And yes, Ana does have the ability to kill people, but 9 times out of the 10, I'm just sitting there behind a Reinhardt, just fucking spraying him with my heal, doing anything I can to stay alive, trying to get my healing numbers up there. And I feel like that's the number one thing that people don't realize with Ana. And like I said, another thing is people just throw an ult on somebody, they don't even tell you, and they're just like, oh yeah, here you go, here's a nano boost, go ahead and have fun. It could be just you and Ana, and yes, that does work sometimes, but again, once you get into the higher tiers and stuff, and Ana actually becomes more reliable, especially with the state of the meta right now, I definitely think that she is a little bit more difficult to use because people don't know when and why they should use it. And again, yeah, so this one's going to go ahead and be a little short because, yeah, so let's go ahead and get into number 3. So coming in at number 3, we have Genji. And I know since the nerf, he's kind of been used even less than he already was. I mean, I know he wasn't used less or anything like that. I know he was in the top. But I feel like people, and especially me, Genji was really difficult to pick up. And he's not one of those heroes that is easy to play. He's just he's just hard to play, hard to master. Not necessarily for knowing when to do what to do, it's just being able to hit those shots, because hitting those 3 projectiles sometimes, especially whenever you're panicking, I know I've been there, you just fucking miss. And I know a lot of people just use a scatter shot, but for some odd reason, I know I struggle with this. I literally just tried to use the left click or R2 or something like that, whatever it is for console, and PC. Either way, you know what I mean, where you throw 3 shurikens in a row instead of scattershotting them. And I feel like this one is, you know what I mean? Like, this one is definitely difficult, especially whenever there's a Pharah. Like, if you see somebody like Seagull, that he could take out a fucking Pharah, like, within a couple, like, shots, like he used to with the combos and stuff like that, he's definitely difficult as fuck to use, especially now. I love playing Genji more and more just because of the nerf, honestly. Because you can't escape things. You really have to play really passively, and you actually have to work with your team. There's no soloing anymore, and I love it. And it just, like I said, Genji is definitely just really difficult to use overall, and I love it. And it makes the game even better for me, because I enjoy getting those freaking those team kills with Genji then, because his ultimate doesn't last 8 seconds anymore, and it's a lot more difficult to use. And basically they made it to where a Lucio ult can just completely destroy it if he hears you coming first, which is awesome. So yeah, that's going to go ahead and conclude number 3. Let's go ahead and get into number 2. So coming in at number 2, we have Winston. And I don't know if this is just me. I'm not talking about getting kills with like Winston, but sometimes it just feels like, why am I even trying? Because whenever the DPS is focus fire you as Winston, and you like, he's just really difficult to use against, you know, a good team. And I play solo a lot, right? So it's a lot harder to like get communication with my teams and stuff like that, because I don't know, like I just feel like playing solo. But that's not the point. The point is, Winston is just, he's easy to get kills with, especially if the team doesn't know what they're doing against you. But let's say that you have a Reaper and a Pharah on you, and they take out your shield. They're just gonna melt you unless you have an amazing healer and supports to back you up. But the thing I've noticed about Winston, I can only play Winston whenever I have a good team, or there's good communication, because Winston doesn't really have any good defense other than having a fuck ton of health and a shield that doesn't last nearly as long as Reinhardt's shield. His ultimate is great, and oh my god, man, I've seen pro Winstons. I've fucking been destroyed by a Winston. It was, we were in overtime. This was whenever the coin flip was there, and we were on Route 66, and we needed to guard the first payload, or the first payload arrival point, for 3 minutes straight. Okay, without having to get 10 meters. We were down to 30 seconds, and we hear a Winston go Primal Rage. I was Genji. I don't remember what everyone else was, but we didn't have heroes that could really, you know, counter being knocked off the map. Alright? 3 of my teammates go flying off the map. It's over. I have to defend this objective for 30 seconds against a Winston. That's difficult as a Genji alone. Alright? He knocks me off. I Swift Strike back onto the map, but I'm, you know, a little bit higher, so I can try to, like, stay away from him and just poke the objective as long as I can, waiting for my reinforcement teams. Nope. That's not what happened. This Winston launches up into the air, meets me at the skybox, and just knocks me off the map. I have no Swift Strike. There's nothing I can do. I just go flying off the map. I'm not joking. It was the one time where I actually voted for the team, because they honestly, truly deserved it. I don't know if for some odd reason you ever do see this video. I don't remember your name, but man, I sent him a message. I was like, that was the best play I think I've ever seen in Overwatch history. I wish I was recording it, because that guy saved his team so well. They ended up winning just because of that Winston. And I feel like, and I've had those moments with Winston too. Like, we were on Volskaya Industries, right? And we killed the whole team, right? And, you know, they had plenty of time to come back, but I went Primal Rage, and right outside that hill, or right outside their spawn point, is that little dip. They just kept walking out, and I was knocking them out. And Winston, if you know how to use him, he's a great and fun-ass hero to play. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into our honorable mention. So for our honorable mention, we have Junkrat. Oh dear god, I know you guys are already going for that dislike button, but it's okay. Just listen to what I have to say, okay? Just listen. Junkrat is an easy as fuck hero to play, right? Okay? He really is. All you gotta do is just get a couple lucky nades, they're dead, right? But the difference is, think about this, alright? Yes, the most Junkrats I've seen, and I get so pissed off about it too, don't get me wrong. Alright, they just lob nades across the map, and they just kill people just because people walk into nades, or they accidentally get hit by nades. But I've also seen Junkrats to where they literally, they combo like Genji, right? And Like, I remember I ran into this one Junkrat. Like, I was playing, I think I was playing Winston. I was playing a tank. I think I was Roadhog, actually. He hit me with 3 nades, hit me with a concussion grenade, trapped me, hit me with another concussion grenade, and then comboed it into a melee, and then bounced back, killed the Tracer. And I was just like, what? What? And it was crazy, man. And I, you know, to that day, everybody's like, oh, Junkrat's such an easy hero to play. Yes, he's easy as fuck to play, but he would be hard as fuck to master. And if you run into a guy that has mastered him, you should be scared, because Junkrat could be terrifying. All right, he is terrifying as fuck, and that's why I love him. And that's why I think, honestly, a lot of people bitch about him and don't realize what they're saying. Because yes, it depends how you play the hero. If you play him as a spammy role, yeah, he's not that hard to use. But if you play him on as a more aggressive, and in my opinion, the way that he should be played, then he's not as easy to play. You know what I mean? Especially on console. On PC, I could play Genji like pretty easy. Like whenever I could play PC, because things happen. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into our number 1. So coming in at number 1, we have Reaper. Oh, you think I'm being serious about that? No, I'm just kidding. Fuck Reaper. No. Coming in at our number 1 spot, though, we have Zarya. And in my opinion, Zarya can be easy to manipulate and easy to use against, you know, teams that don't know what they're doing. But whenever you get into the high tier, you really need to know what you're doing. And that's what makes her hard to master, is knowing when to ult, trying to combo that with a Genji or a Reaper or a Pharah, and basically just knowing when to shield, when not to shield, and trying to bait out other enemies into giving you energy so you can put out, or so you can dump out massive amount of damage. And that's what I love about Zarya. Zarya is not easy to play, and she is extremely hard to master, especially against a good team comp, and that's what makes her so difficult to use. So that's going to conclude this list for today, though, guys, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for the support lately. It's been fucking cool as fuck. We're almost at 300 subscribers, so close. I actually feel like we could hit 1,000 subscribers now, and it's pretty cool, man. I'm not joking. I really do appreciate all the nice things you guys say in the comments and shit. And yeah, so if you guys have an idea for a video, please comment down below. And maybe if your video actually does get picked and I actually make it, well, not maybe, you will be in the video, and I will make sure to, like, you know, give you your time of fame or something. I don't know, that was lame, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, bye guys.